So, I went into this knowing a fair bit about the franchise. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, there's no way that the status of the situation could get any worse. No, it's very, very worse at this point. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strung from QuickTime Reactions, and yeah, it is the much anticipated sequel to what I'm calling the 28 trilogy, or 28 saga, or franchise, whatever you want to call it. It is 28 years later. And this one sees Danny Boyle and Alex Garland come back as both director and writer for this installment. And this one sees Aaron Taylor-Johnson, jodiecomer, Ralph Fiennes, Alfie Williams, Chi Lewis Perry, Jack O'Connell, as well as a whole host of other people in this movie. And it has been 28 years since the rage virus has taken over mainland Britain. And there is a surviving colony out on an island. And a father and his son are going to the mainland for the first time to test the boy to see if he is ready. But little do they know that there are many rage infected that are going to try and put a stop to all of that. So, the first film in this franchise, 28 Days Later, very much revolution at when it came out. Like, first film to shoot digitally. I think they shot, with mini DV, I think, is what they shot with. I think. Again, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about my information. But I mean, you look at that cast now, like Cillian Murphy, Brendan Gleeson, and all those guys that are in there. It's like they've gone on to do some like pretty big things in like the movie space. And then you have its sequel, 28 Weeks Later, which many people say has like one of the best opening sequences of the entire, just in film in general. And many people, I think, praise Robert Carlyle's performance in this, and as they should, because as anyone who has seen Once Upon a Time knows, he knows how to play a slime ball really, really well. Maybe I'll get around to maybe rewatching Once Upon a Time and talking about it on the show, or on the YouTube channel. I don't know. We'll see. And now we have this one with the original people behind it all making this. I think the biggest thing that everyone knows about this movie is that it was shot on iPhone. Now, obviously, it's not like, pulling out your phone and shooting a movie on it. They have all sorts of like lenses and apertures on the phone to actually make it, look like it is being shot on film. And one of the things that I also found out about the movie is that they created this like board with a whole row of like iPhones, very much in a similar style to what the Wachowskis did with the Matrix films, with like the bullet time effect, where they had all of those cameras in like a circle, but this is like a half circle. And it's really, I think, utilized pretty well in the movie. I had seen a couple of reviews before stepping into the theater, and a lot of people said that it was very experimental. And boy, are they not kidding when they say that. There's a lot of quick edits But I think those quick edits are done for a reason. I think just Danny Boyle is like the type of filmmaker, along with, Alex Garland, who did write this movie, but has also directed a lot of cool stuff like Ex Machina, um, Annihilation. I know that's not like everyone's favorite. Civil War, and then Warfare. He co-directed that this year with Ray Mendoza. Um, there's just something about these types of filmmakers where it's like every single little detail in a film matters. And there's one instance where it's on Isla, which is Jodie Comer's character, and it like rapid cuts like 3 times when she says a word. And I find that really fascinating to make it seem like, and when they're at a party later on in the film, lots of quick edits to make it seem like, the humans during certain points can also turn into monsters. There's also a really good idea of, the idea of fathership in this film, where there are certain things that a father must do with his son. um, you know, I think it's, in my mind, it's like the goal of every father. It's like, he wants to play catch with his son. He wants to, teach him the things that, he learned as a kid. But also, give him the tools to succeed out in the world. Um, but also, there are just certain moments in time where a father just has to bite his tongue and lie to protect his son. And that's what inevitably happens in this movie. Um, and it's very interesting that this movie um, decides to tackle that sort of subject. And I think really effectively as well. Um, all the performances in this movie are really, really good. Aaron Taylor Johnson, he's really good. Alfie Williams, first time I've ever seen him in anything. I think he's really, really good in this. Jodie Comer, absolutely amazing. Like, once we learn more about her character, the performance, I think, is absolutely like magnified. Absolute, like, maybe not tenfold, but we'll go with like fivefold. How about that? um, I also want to shout out Chi Lewis Perry, um, who plays one of the infected in this. He looked like an absolute beast in this movie, and it was really, really cool to see kind of an infected kind of just like, be big and bulky, but also be like durable and also really quick, because my God, he moves really quick in this movie. But the one character that I really wanted to talk about was Dr. Kelson, Ray Fiennes' character. There is something about him, because this um, movie is the kickoff to a trilogy of films. Um, we are getting 28 years later to the Bone Temple next year. And I think Ray Fiennes has said in interviews that like there are certain actions in this movie where, Kelson is like a hero, but other times you could see it as more of a villainous um, type of role. And it was just very interesting to see how Fiennes played him in this, because every single decision that he made in this movie was calculated, had to have been calculated, because, of course, as Lawrence Gordon said in Saw, he's a doctor. Um, so there's got to be some sort of calculation going on in his mind of like, you know, potentially not only how do I survive, but how can I reasonably and relatably tell someone absolutely horrible news, which does indeed happen towards the tail end of the film. Um, I'm also very interested to see what happens in the sequel based off of the ending. I won't spoil the ending because I really do think that this is a film that should be experienced in a theater, because it's an absolute must in my opinion. But there are certain events that happen in the tail end of the film that make me, you know, ask those questions that I hope the sequel does indeed tackle. Um, and this first film, like I said, kick off to a new trilogy, and they've got me hooked. I want to see where on earth they're going to go with this. But yeah, 28 years later is an absolutely wild ride, and really cool character moments. All the performances were really good. The costuming also really good. The score in this was really, really good as well. I did not see, or I can't remember who made the score, but it was absolutely amazing. Um, Production design was really good. The Bone Temple, like, you've seen bits of it in the trailer, but oh my god, it was absolutely astounding to see that. Um, and yeah, this is just like a really, really interesting, but also a really fun movie. And if you guys, I'm not even going to say if you have the time, make the time. It's less than 2 hours. You have to go see this movie. It is an absolute must. So yeah, that is my review for 28 years later. If you guys liked it, leave a comment. And if you like what I'm doing, maybe subscribe to the channel. That is it for now, guys. Be safe out there, and remember this term, unus annus, which is always remember death, and also rest in peace to that YouTube channel as well. I will catch you guys next time.